Good morning, afternoon, or evening, depends on what part of the world you're in. Today the message is about laughter, being medicine to the heart, sense of humor, lightening up a little bit. Most of my life I've been accused of being too serious about everything, and just to give you a little background of where that probably came from. When I was 17 years old, I graduated from high school. And a year prior to that, I signed up for a delayed entry program into the military. Most of my family has a military background, Army, uncle, father. So I was prepared to go into the military at an early age. So I joined the military, went to basic training, and since I joined a year early, I went in on a delayed entry program. They gave me a rank right off the bat. So when I got to basic training, of course, they're yelling at you, screaming at you right off the bus, trying to recondition your mind for the serious matters at hand. And I remember getting there, and right away they made me a squad leader. So here I am, 17 years old, being put in charge of men 25 to 35, some of them even over 40. Right away I was a squad leader put in charge of them. I never will forget Drill Sergeant Williams pulling me over to the side saying, "Look, I see that you joke around a lot, that type of thing." He said, "If you ever expect these people to take you serious and respect you, you're going to have to become a little bit more serious-minded person and stop joking so much." So he started drilling that into me, and I started realizing that, the task at hand did require a more serious mentality. And so I took on those traits at that time. Then I got out and worked in corporate America. Same situation, put in charge of people who were older than I was, and had to kind of take on a serious mindset. But there is a side of me that's, a little bit more laid back, a little bit more humorous. Most people just never see that because most of the time I'm in some type of business setting. I was in real estate for 10 years, and one of the things I thought, well, for someone who's making such a big purchase, surely people didn't want someone who just joked around all the time, because when it came down to negotiating, they wanted a more serious-minded person. But I'm going to try to give you just an example of the fact that I do have a sense of humor. I'm going to try to tell you a little joke, and hopefully you'll find it funny. If not, it's all good. But years ago, there was a ruler, and he had lots of money, all kinds of treasure, and he was trying to find a suitable mate for his daughter. So he called all the young men together and said, "This is what's at stake. You're going to get my daughter and half of my treasures, and all you have to do is one very simple thing. You have to swim across this moat." Now, the moat is full of alligators, crocodiles, poisonous snakes. Whoever makes it over to the other side will get half of my kingdom and my daughter's hand in marriage. So here we are, all the young people lined up in front of the moat, and then the race is on, and they're swimming through the moat. Alligators, crocodiles, poisonous snakes, and all of a sudden, one gets to the other side, and he's huffing, and he's puffing, and the king said, "You, son, will have my daughter's hand in marriage. You, son, will get half of all my treasures." And the young man said, I don't want any of that stuff." And the king says, "Well, what do you want?" "I want the name of the guy who pushed me." So, you see, every now and then we all need a push. And that was my stake at trying to tell a joke. Hopefully you found it funny. If you did, you can, your people can call my people and you can book me. If not, it's all good.